When Shadow of the Colossus released back in 2005, I didn't get the chance to play it on PS2. Not because I didn't want to, but because it was a game I didn't hear or see much about. Once I'd moved over to the PS3, I saw people talking about it in forums and comment sections on various sites. Eventually I got to play it in 2011 on PS3 in the form of Echo and Shadow of the Colossus collection. The game took me by surprise, and I loved every minute that it had to offer. From the gameplay to the art style, it was simply breathtaking. Recently, Shadow of the Colossus has seen another makeover, this time for the PS4, and I can safely say that I have fallen in love with this game all over again. The story follows a young man by the name of Wanda as he enters the Forbidden Land in order to find a way to revive a maiden named Mono. He encounters an entity named Dorman who claims that reviving her might be possible provided that Wanda is able to destroy 16 Colossi scattered across the land. The story starts off pretty simple at first in terms of its execution, but it does venture a little deeper as the game progresses. It's both an adventure, but it's also quite an emotional journey right up until the conclusion. The act of slaying these towering beasts in an attempt to save Mono as Wanda becomes less and less of himself is somewhat tragic. Additionally, with each Colossus you kill, the victory doesn't feel like a celebration or a joyous occasion. It feels tainted. Gameplay wise, it's a little tricky to put Shadow of the Colossus in a genre or category. On one hand, it's an adventure game, on the other, it's a puzzle game. The adventure comes into play as you ride across the land on your horse aggro in search of the Colossi you are meant to slay. The puzzle bit comes into play when you're actually facing a Colossus, as each of the beasts have a weak point or multiple weak points located on their bodies. In addition, it varies from fight to fight, with situations requiring more than just climbing onto a Colossus and stabbing the weak point. A lot of the time you'll need to find a way to mount them. Each encounter is an exhilarating affair. From the moment when you first mount your quarry, your stamina meter starts to diminish and a race to find the weak point somewhere on its hulking frame begins. This, coupled with the fact that it will try to shake you off as if you were some sort of pest, makes for some awesome, memorable moments. Once you've made your way through the story, Shadow of the Colossus has some replayability in the form of time attack modes. These unlock some cool upgrades once you complete them, such as skins, stronger sword, and different arrow types. Shadow of the Colossus is absolutely gorgeous. Many a time when navigating the land, I actually forgot that this game is 13 years old. What Bluepoint Games have been able to do with the remake is incredible. The textures, the lighting, it all looks great. I actually can't speak for how good it looks on a PS4 Pro, but playing it on my launch PS4 made my jaw drop regardless. One issue I did have with the game is that the camera can be somewhat troublesome if you get too close to a Colossus. It didn't happen often, but there were times when it got lost behind the Colossus and resulted in me not being able to see what I was doing. A photo mode has also been added to the game, allowing you to pause the action, move the camera around, and create some awesome shots. Shadow of the Colossus is definitely one of the best games to sport this feature, simply because they are beautiful and cinematic moments from start to finish. The audio in the game is just as brilliant, especially when it comes to the soundtrack. It has all the subtle notes during your exploration of the land, but picks up quite dramatically once you've mounted a Colossus. Shadow of the Colossus is fantastic. Bluepoint Games have really done a wonderful job bringing this 13-year-old PS2 classic up to current gen standards. Aside from just how gorgeous it is, it also plays much better, which should make fans quite happy, but will also be easier for newcomers to pick up and play. If you've played Shadow of the Colossus before, you're going to love this remake. If you are yet to play this game, you are in for an amazing experience. If you enjoyed this review, please hit that like button, and if you are new to the channel, please feel free to hit the subscribe button. And if you got your hands on Shadow of the Colossus, let me know what you think of the game in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.